Welcome, everybody. Anthony here with the Bulbaritos, bringing you a brand new live stream. And today, Burrito Gang, we're hopping back into the ME content inside of, oh my goodness, I almost said it, inside of Age of Empires Mobile. And it should be a doozy, right? I was keeping my eyes on to see if it was going to be kind of something worth streaming. And at the end of the day, I decided I'd rather just hang out with y'all. We're going to show it off. It'll just make it a chill stream, but that way I get to hang out with y'all this weekend. But before we get started, if y'all are enjoying all the aoem content, do me a huge favor, smash that like button on the stream. If you haven't already subscribed, we'd love you to subscribe to the community. And then also, if you want to continue to support the channel, support me, use !eneba in the chat. You should see the link popping throughout the stream. It's also down below and in our Discord. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask. If you are going to be topping up anything inside of Age of Empires Mobile, it does support and let eneba know that you are a part of our community, and I greatly appreciate it. So make sure you take advantage of those cashback offers. And if you have any questions or issues, just message me, and I will get in front of whoever I need to help y'all out. All right. Well, let's, hopefully y'all are having a fantastic day so far. Let me fire up some music real quick, and then we'll get going. We're about 20 minutes from them porting into the IC. I saw it was a little bit slower going into the fighting aspect. Sorry, I'm eating like chips. The fighting wasn't insanely hot, so I didn't want to fire it up 2 hours before, and then we kind of sit there watching the paint dry. But usually IC, we'll see some people run out, we'll figure something out. But we're just gonna chill, have a good stream. And then we had some some hero things come out today. Well, not officially, but they are on our Discord. So if you haven't checked them out, go check them out. Here, I'll put the links in the live chat right now. Hold on. Let me fire up. I almost forgot. There you go. There's the music. Let me put some links in here. You should see our Discord. There's our Discord link in the live chat. They're all these links are also in the description for the live stream as well. And then here was the eneba top-up link that we were talking about. Make sure you use that link. And then that's how they connect it to your part of our community. All right, give me 1 second. Let me close this down, this down. Something about music, baby. All right, chat. But real talk. Are y'all fans of pretzels? If y'all come to this channel, you already know food content is just kind of built in. But something about buffalo pretzels with like pine nut hummus that just slaps. If you've never had it, never lived. All right, let me switch. So that's what we're currently looking at right now. It kind of is ramping up a little bit. It was pretty slow. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I just decided, I was like, you know what? We'll just chill. Even if there's nothing, we'll chill and hang out, have a good time. So let me see if we can find some stuff. Mitos, thank you so much for subbing. Did the sound come through? Or is it just blasted out because of the, I know I saw it. Let me make sure. Mitos, thank you so much for subbing, bud. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Burrito Gang, my friend. I know I saw the notification pop, but I wish the notification sound would go off, but it is what it is. All right. Let's see if we can find. Let me see if we get a couple of responses real quick. Could always just go and look. We know here in 14 minutes though where they'll be, but right now I don't. Let me solo her. Jesus Christ. What a name. Hey, what's up, dude? I remember you from way back at 1307. Dang, dude, that's how I know you're an OG. I love you, man. I love you. Are you playing this game or are you still in rock? Or are you just chilling? Good to see you though. Either way. How have you been, homie? Yeah, it's been a hot second, man. Everybody's all scattered from 307, man. I kind of miss it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kind of miss the old fam. The old Habibis are all over the place, man. So it's hard to find them. All right, let me see. I think this is wrong one. Let me see. Oh man, I gotta restart the music. I always forget this. There you go. Let me solo her is a legend in Elden Ring. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let me solo her. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I wonder if they were really going for the memes on that one. Like, dang, bro. Maximum confidence right there. You know what I mean? Like the creator of that. That's a line that you toss to the boys. You know what I'm saying? That's a line you toss to the boys. Hold on. Let me move my account here. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's what I didn't do. We'll do it in 1 second, fam. I need to get the TP real quick. Me from myself. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, I remember Dragothian. Where is that dude? I don't know, man. I haven't heard from him in a while. I know he played this for a little bit, and then went back to rock from what I was told. And then after that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know where he went back in rock. Wait, hold. Oh man, you know, I just realized. Should have checked which kingdom this was. Should be the right one because I think 9 is the one that's invading, so we should be good. We got a little love here. All right, G57. There's no fun here. The developers didn't give us 35 to give them reality check. Dang, bro. Dang. We're kicking drama out here, Tat. We're kicking drama out. We might need to put our tinfoil hats on here, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's how do we reply? Dang. Devs always suck. Dang, man. Dang, getting flamed. Get flamed. Devs. Alright, let me see. I actually play Call of Dragon, Elden Ring, now in you're Battlefield 6. Hell yeah, man. How you liking it? I was honestly hoping that that I'd be able to get it in Game Pass. I just don't know if I'm gonna play it enough to warrant me spending $70 on it. That's my problem. You know what I mean? Call of Duty comes out in 2 weeks, and I know that's on Game Pass. I tried Elden Ring, but I'm so trash. I don't think I beat any of the bosses. I'm pretty sure if I did a death counter, it was like 80 deaths on the first boss. And I don't even think I came close to killing him either. That's the sad part. It was at that moment I had a reality check, and I'm like, Boba, if you can't even beat this boss, there's no way in hell you're beating all the other bosses. And I was like, you know what? Cooked. I'm out. I'm out. Done. Subscribe. As me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I haven't seen anything come in, but I appreciate you subbing, bud. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. Just depends on like the visibility of the account. Sometimes people have like private accounts, and so it won't show the notifications or stuff. Or sometimes it's just delayed. But I appreciate you subbing to the channel, my friend. Dang. All right, we got a black dragon out here. Okay, so we know he ain't a scrub. Bro, what? How? How is this possible? How does a 47 million chat? This has to be a troll, right? That skin is so expensive for you to be on a 47 mil account with 2.5 million merits. That has to be the most they've ever spent on that account, right? Y'all think, what do you think the lowest power Black Dragon Citadel is? 47 is pretty freaking low. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not expecting 47. All right. We getting a little fighty, Bing, bing, bong, bong. The Penetrator, bro. I know. I remember you, my friend. You just can't miss the name like that. Like, you can't forget it, Penetrator. Hello. I hope they won't cry a lot in DD like 9 was doing in GEE. Best of luck 35 in their DD, Bulba. Hey, GG's, man. Good luck to everybody, man. We ain't got no shade with nobody. I don't really care that much. I find it like it's one of those, like, and this is my personal opinion, right? Is I just don't. I know people said, so what I've heard, but I haven't been able to verify, and we'll verify probably once DD releases, I think, but I don't remember them putting anything like that in the rules anyway, so I don't really think it's going to matter. I know people were saying, oh, we'll see the changes once DD releases on Monday, but I think everything we were talking about wasn't even in the rules, so I don't really think it's gonna matter on Monday. And the difference that we were talking about in one of the Discord channels was people were saying, you know, is it worth fighting in DD and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, for me, like, I understand those players that enjoy fighting, and by all means go fight, have fun, do your thing, right? But when you're coming from a pure value perspective, none of the KVKs really give value except for ME. And that's the reality of it. DD, you don't need to fight to get the best rewards. You just farm and hunt tribes and do an occasional, like, one of the quests where you just stand in the zone and kill stuff, right? And that's it. Pretty much 85% of the rewards that you want, you can do from that. You get your gold medals, your gold heads from doing all of that. You get from structures. You get them from not having to PvP at all, right? If you want a PvP, go for it, right? MEE is the only one that I see that has value on both personal and kingdom scale wise, because of the score that you earn towards stellar, both personal and kingdom wise, right? And also the rewards, which aren't, don't get me wrong, they're not fantastic, right? But you're also not fighting for 5 days. You're fighting for maybe an hour. If you're quick, if you're slow, then maybe a couple hours, right? It's really not that bad. And so it just varies on what you're looking for, right? If you're looking to spend a lot and you want a lot of fighting, you can find it, right? You just may not find the value in doing it because of what you're going to lose versus what you're going to spend. But when you're spending that kind of money, most people just don't give a shit, right? They just want to have some fun and enjoy it, and kudos, right? You know, that's gaming. That's gaming 101. You know what I mean? Do whatever's gonna make you happy and what you're gonna have fun with. Think S9 will want to drag this out. So there's a thing with dragging out fights, right? Aoem watcher. The thing that I'm a firm believer on is, if you're gonna drag it out, you have to kind of minimize how subtly you're going to say that, right? By your actions, because the moment you make it known that you're planning on dragging it out, it immediately changes the dynamic of the whole fight, right? It happened with us today, and It is what it is, right? Sometimes it's gonna happen. Sometimes, you know, you feel like you left some meat on the bone, kind of deal, like that feeling. I feel like we did that today, but a win's a win at the end of the day. It is what it is, right? But usually the good indicator is when you're gonna start rotating the IC, right? You got to make it a little less evident than just sometimes in the switching between alliances, right? Sometimes you may need to just give up the IC if you're trying to stretch it out and then just rally it back and retake it, because at that point you're still earning points while they're garrisoning, and it's a little less evident, I guess you would say, because a lot of the times once you start switching between your own alliances, it like immediately withdraws all the enemy, right? They're like, all right, they're just gonna milk us. There's no point in fighting this. We aren't doing enough damage. We're not, whatever it is. And then people will just pull back. And so stretching it out is decent. I think the only way that stretching it out really, really works is if you're going to do the whole zero kingdom game thing, which some kingdoms enjoy that, others don't, right? If you're not planning to zero the whole kingdom, then stretching it out just for the open field around IC kind of is a waste. It's kind of a waste, because more often than not, once they see a switch, they instantly just pull back, bubble, and call it a day, right? It's done, right? So you have to know, like, do they have enough bodies outside of IC for it to really be worth stretching? So it's kind of up. Like, I don't foresee 9 stretching this very hard based on what I'm seeing in the pre-IC fight scores right now. Those scores would have been like way up if they found enough stuff to zero, if I'm being honest. Like, here, I'll show you the scores right now. Like this right here and right here just tells me that there either, 1, isn't a lot of people to zero, right? 2, they're either all bubbled up, right, and there's nobody to zero, or 3, there just isn't enough players to zero, like the bigger players to go out and zero. All 3 are realistic scenarios, but nonetheless, 5 bill an hour and a half into a 2-hour pre-IC fight doesn't really bode that well for high scores. So that's why I was contemplating not streaming this, but I wanted to honestly just hang out with y'all, have a good time, and just chill. So that's kind of why I did it. And most of the other kingdoms that I have mini accounts for already fought at 11 UTC. And then last night I lost track, and we went, you know, we're just hanging out with the wife, and I just forgot to stream 64s. That's all. Let me solo her. I'm intrigued by this game, but the graphics and fighting is putting me off. I've been observing it for 2 weeks now, watching on YouTube. So I'll tell you this. You're coming from rock times, right? So I can explain it to you in a different way, because for non-rock players, this doesn't make sense. Okay. So I explain it to you in this way, and you probably watching, you've already kind of picked up on this. aoem is not for hardcore players, right? It just isn't. If you're looking for a rock with better graphics, gameplay, and activities, this is not the game. This is not the game. And I'm keeping it 100 with you. This is not that game, right? Does it have better graphics? Does it have, you know, a little bit slight more diversity in like pairings and stuff like that? Yes, it does, right? Does it have more content than rock? No, by a landslide. I would say like 10x less content. Is it free to play friendly? No, it is not. I don't care what anybody says, what ad it says. It is not free to play friendly. There is nothing to do if you're free to play outside of Bubble, Shield, and do some casual events in Home Kingdom, right? Are the battle mechanics better than rock? No, by a landslide. There's no territory protection, unlike rock. You can get swarmed anywhere, right? Even on Alliance territory. And Kragians basically have free reign to just teleport anywhere and zero anybody at any time. But here's the positive, right? If you are looking for a rock alternative that is not hardcore, this is the game for you. If you are looking for KVKs that are not 50 days long, this is the game for you. If you are looking for casual PvP with more hardcore PvE, this is the game for you. If you're looking to spend but not spend a King's Ransom, this is the game for you. They do have alternatives to Osiris or to Ark of Osiris, not Osiris League. I like one of them. It's called Battle of Dawn, but I do not like Wonder Contests. That's kind of how I can sum it up for right now. It's probably the best I can sum it up for right now. Pros, cons of both. If you have questions, feel free to ask, man. Feel free to ask. But you'll notice the gameplay is slightly, it's way nerfed, like tame compared to Rock. It's way tame compared to Rock. The good indicator is that 9, which is the one we're watching, TR and XAI, are one of the more active kingdoms. And so you should see a lot more bodies, a lot more marches, a lot more stuff here once we get to the IC part, which is the center of the map. Oh, wait, this should have already been pointing in the middle. One second. Okay, so they're going opposite, so I assume XAI is right here. Yeah, there. That means TR is probably going to be on this side. What a random split. Why? Why is it so far out? Wait, you can attack these? Wait, hold up. I didn't think you could attack those. Wait, is it oh, never mind, it's a tower. I thought it was a wonder building. I was like, huh? I was like, I could have sworn you couldn't attack those. All right, so XAI is a little split. Oh, bro, I didn't see that. I thought they were attacking the wall. I was like, huh? Like, brother, how? We're 30 minutes out. All right, we'll see how many are going to show up from 57. I'm hoping it'll be a nice little fight for IC. 9 is very active though, so that's the only downside. I assume they're probably waiting because they're assuming that probably people are going to they're probably going to try to war machine them out, treb them out. Yeah, they did a good job bubbling. Yeah, nice keeping it 100%. I like that. Not really bother with the free-to-play aspect. I got a 423 mil account in Rock and 572 mil account in Call of Dragons. I just remember Nephisto told me he's playing this. So Nephisto's in... You'll have to... I haven't reached out to him in a hot second. I started the game with Nephisto. He's in server 20, or at least his account is. I don't know if he's still playing it. I haven't reached out to him in a hot second, but yeah, he did fire it up in here. So if you're looking for his account, it should be in server 20. And then we'll have some bigger kingdoms in so 9 I would say is like, how do I equate this back in the day? 9 is like 93 minus prior to them having the large Kragans and whales. That's what server 9 is right here. They're like 1093 before they started getting all the big whales and Kragans. Just a shit ton of activity, a lot of players. But in this game, if you're not a big boy, you're gonna get like, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But since you're not free to play, you won't struggle with it. But I will tell you this. This game, not in relation to Rock, this is the game that I've seen the most Kragans get zeroed than I've ever seen in any other game. I will tell you that. That is one of the harshest, weirdest realities that I've seen right now, is that there is an insane amount of Kragans that are getting zeroed in aoem right now. Oh, the other thing I would say is this. One of the other major differences between this and Rock is you take open field deads regardless. It's one of the biggest gripes that we have with the devs right now, is that you take deads no matter what in aoem. So if you're running one march and you get hit by 7 of them, it's not going to fill their hospital first, and then they take deads. They're taking deads, period. And so it makes it where, that's why when people look like, why isn't there so many marches and all that? Because you're taking deads on every march that you're sending in the field. So if it's trash, you're not just filling your hospital, you're taking deads. So that's the other reason why. Bro, K1307 is the shit. Back in the day, we got a real family. I miss that time. Dude, I do too, my friend. I do too. I don't even know if Matt is still... I tried finding out. I think I saw his accounts, but I don't know if he's playing them. I know one of the minis is still in 1307, and then the other was like 2526 or some. I don't remember. It's with some of the crew when they migrated out of 1307. And then I think our Habibi crew, some went to 1365 and then others were 1960. But now with 1960 kind of disbanding, I don't really know where they're going now, and I'm still kind of catching up. But that's on our Rock channel, though. We did fire an exclusive Rock channel now. So whenever we're going to stream Rock, here, I'll drop our Discord if you want to hop in it. If not, then you can just, it's Bulbaritos and then space Rock. And that's our Rock channel on YouTube. But yeah, I separated it out. We're playing Destiny Rising. We're playing this. We're playing Rock. And yeah, that's currently what we're playing right now. Majority of it. Let me see. Are we sending some fights out from 57? I hope so. This is probably all 9 though, right? Yeah, this is all 9. Yeah, I miss it too, man. I wish we could get the crew back together, to be honest with you. I think 606 is now the spot to be. 606. It blew up. Dang, who's sending a Cleo out here? Dang. Come on, 9. What are we doing out here? We're sending Cleos. Shit. That has to be bait, right? Jesus Christ. Wait, you sent all your siege marches? Wow. This guy's an animal. Yeah, we'll know more soon. Once they release the PC version of this. They're working on the PC version right now. Right now, I absolutely, you know it if you played Rock long enough. The difference between BlueStacks and their PC in the Rock PC version is like night and day. And I'm hoping for the same here, but we'll find out soon enough for sure. That guy with his siege marches is getting absolutely bullied now. All right, so the second alliance should be ported in, which is why we're seeing TR right now, and then it'll open up at the top of the hour is when the IC will open up. Bro, there's Canada in 9 too? What? So 57 slowly starting to fill in. It's an interesting strat that XAI is splitting up into 3. Oh, it's TR. Never mind. So, and then a blend right here? It's a lot of sad faces getting sent to Jesus, though. I'm not gonna lie. What a shame 57 barely showed. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of slow playing it. I'm not saying that their numbers are gonna explode. I think they understand the situation. I don't think they're gonna outnumber 9 in field. If I'm being honest with you. And that's evident by this, right? This whole side with nobody out. But we'll see. I think a lot of people got to understand something too, right? Like, what most people remember 9 is when 9 fought 40, right? Which, to be in all honesty, right? Most people look like that when they fight 40. I think that what happened with 9 against 40 was kind of partially a strat, but also they got beat, right? It's not anybody's fault. It's nothing like that. But you could tell it felt very, when we streamed it, it felt very discombobulated. It felt very dysfunctional. Not in like the stance where it's like toxic. I don't mean like that. I just mean like the timing of rallies felt off. Like sometimes it just doesn't click, and it didn't feel like it was clicking that day. Because the thing that a lot of people got to remember, and I always say this, is you got to adapt to who your opponent is. And the thing with 9, right, is what they've always been known for is their numbers, right? Numbers on the field, numbers everywhere. The problem with doing that, right, is especially in aoem, is when you open field fight, you leave yourself open, like wide open to getting zeroed. And the reality is, I don't know, and I don't think that 9 has enough 140s to combat against that. Right. And that's a problem, right? If there was a functionality that protected 9 from getting their cities zeroed while open field fighting, I bet you their numbers would have been astronomically better against 40. Right. But when you send your marches out, you can't go super far if you start seeing that people are going towards y'all cities. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Right. And I know some people will say reinforce, but it's not about just reinforcing. It is about who's reinforcing and the quality that is reinforcing. If you're getting reinforced by shitter marches that are 120, you're still going to get monster zeroed. It doesn't matter, right? It's going to add an extra fly into what's getting squatted, not going to add, you know, any sort of protection. So that's the reason why you'll see, like in some kingdoms, like when they swarm this trap account, right? Satessi's march gets massacred, right? Versus other instances where the same style account is getting nuked, right? It's because of the quality of who's reinforcing them, not that they had a couple of reinforcements, right? Adding a couple of 120s doesn't make that big of a difference. Adding a 140 in there with a strong march will, and that's the difference. That's why those effective traps are really good. When you do it right, right? If you get a couple 140s into a 50 mil garrison, like that's gonna hurt. You know what I mean? So it's a balance between the two, right? I've always said I feel like 9 would be fantastic if they could get more Kragans in. Right? They have a lot of activity, but they lack the 140s for their number base, right? So because of their natural numbers that they already have in their kingdom, it's going to put them in the higher thresholds for a lot of stuff. So they're going to constantly be up against server 42 and server 40 and all these big servers that have a lot of 140s. That leaves them kind of wide open to getting swarmed and zeroed. You know, maybe that changes in the future. I don't know. I can tell you that it's harder to recruit Kragans, in my opinion, when you have few or no Kragans, than if you have a Kragan reach out to other Kragans to recruit them into your kingdom. So that's why I always felt like losing Storm was such a large, massive loss, because of that, right? What a shame. Well, it is what it is, right? They're gonna show up or not show up. We got 8 minutes before IC opens up. Let me zoom out real quick. Let me see what we're looking at. So I think most of these are dead. Dead. Those are inbound coming out, inbound coming out. And this is more like what I'm used to seeing from from 9. You have the big ball here. This should be pretty much a clean wipe. This is all 40. I can guarantee you that. And that's all 40. And a little bit of this is probably 57 for now. So we'll see. Like I said, it's one of those things, like if you have 140s, right, these numbers change drastically. Because you send one march out with a Cyrus, right, and he's tanking 7-8 marches. Y'all saw it in my last GE, right, that we streamed with 42. Ethical was sending out one Cyrus march and tanking 7 or 8 and winning. It just gets to that point where it's just like, now he's sending 5 marches out. Now you can just kind of like can raise that number up quite a bit. And so it just, it changes the dynamic of your kingdom once you start recruiting more Kragans and whales. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not, though. I will tell you that it's a fine line that you balance. And I assume that leadership balances is when you're bringing in Kragans, right? They want to win, right? But you also want to feel like you're earning rewards and doing all that kind of stuff. And so keeping Kragans happy sometimes becomes part of it. So, but it is what it is, right? You'd rather have them than not have them. That's for sure. That's for sure. Dude, this person, they're going in with the Cleos. Dang. Oh my God, that's annoying. All right, 6 minutes, fam. Bro. This is the ultimate cue that you know your Cyrus isn't good. Oh my God. All right, he killed 2 Cyruses right there. And now he's getting swarmed by 4 siege marchers. Oh my God, look. Holy shit. Bro, no way. No way. Watch them all die. What was that? What was that? Oh man, he is feasting right now, boys. What was that? Bro. That Lubu was eating right there. Oh my God. I guarantee you, he's just insta resending back. Homie's gonna be racking in the kills doing it like that. All right, I want to see they're 4 minutes out, right? 4 minutes out. We're gonna start seeing if they're gonna bring more people out here in a minute. I feel like they are. I feel like they are, but I feel like it's gonna be like a last minute thing, or they're gonna walk up with the rally. I don't think they're gonna try to open field with 9 like that. My biggest thing is you ain't gonna do much with no towers, you know what I mean? Unless they're only going for arrow, which would be kind of surprising, but this is all pretty much 9 right here. This is all, anything that you're gonna see on the screen right now is 9. More 9. I think this is 9, but we'll just zoom in here in a minute. This might be this ball for them for B57. It is not, it is 9. And so that's why I'm saying, like, when you watch the 9 versus 40, there was a clear, you know, differential in players on the field. And I think y'all can see why, right? There's free to play, right, that are on the field right now, and you can tell which ones they are. It's not hard. The difficulty comes in is when you're not, when the battle mechanic is, it doesn't feel hospital before you take deads. It makes it where the free to play basically are like, all right, I'm good. I don't need to send out because I don't need to lose 3 weeks worth of troops in 1 minute just so I can play an MEE. It just doesn't, it makes it where, I know a lot of people are like, troops are meant to die. Like there's always that thing. Yeah, but nobody ever, like the rebuttal is we never once said that we don't want troops to die. at all, right? What we said is we want them to not die in open field until the hospital is full, right? Or if they're in a rally or in a garrison, they should be dying, right? But open field should be open field. It uses your resources and you fill up your hospital. And then once your hospital fills, you start taking deads. And that is the way it should work. Like, I am not fighting for no dead troops. Like, that is unrealistic at all. But if you are trying to make your game more appealing and engaging to try to get more eyeballs and more players to come to your game, it's not going to be from them watching gameplay of people taking deads in the open field with an empty hospital. Just isn't going to happen because it feels broken. And the reason for that is when you have Kragans running out and you're taking deads, right, in the open field, it makes you not want to send marches because you're going to take monster deads from Kragan sending one march that is insane. Right, the whole appeal of free-to-play and building up your free-to-play player base is to increase your overall activity in your kingdom, right? When you have KVK fights, right, you're free-to-play, you want them to be able to contribute, right? Fight in the open field, have some fun without feeling like they're about to get themselves self-zeroed by fighting in the open field, which is the way it currently feels. Is if you run too many times out, if you 5 march out of here as a free-to-play, you're going to take more deads in one rotation than you probably would that you're going to be able to heal in the next like week or two. That's how insane it is. All right, so did 57 come out? It doesn't look like it. All right, let me switch this song real quick. There's DJ. There you go. But DJ is also a big boy. Not like a monster boy, but you got a little thickness. You know what I'm saying? Dang, are they swarming Alex? Den should be able to... Ooh. I was going to say Den should be able to take him out. Dude, Alex. Oof. See, this is a perfect scenario, right? When y'all say, are they going to stretch it out? This is that point, right? When you beat somebody so hard into the ground, it doesn't make them come out. It actually makes them do the opposite and turtle up. And so that's kind of the play, right? The back and forth. If you're not going to let them rally and you're not going to let them like get out of their castle space, then it's like, you don't feel the value. You feel like you're just kind of sending out to die and then call it a day. Which for fighters and big spenders, they don't really care, right? Because they feel at that point, right? It's like, I'm going to send a lot of yours too to the grave. You know what I mean? But for low spenders and free to play, this is like that perfect scenario that I was talking about, where when you hop out of your city, you're getting smashed. And then you do that like 4 or 5 rotations and you've already killed more troops then you're going to be able to train in the next 2 weeks, right? And that was like 2 minutes of fun. And that's the problem that's happening right now in aoem. And trust me, I wish I wasn't I didn't have to say that, because I see like I've said this since launch, it has a lot of potential, but there needs to be a lot of pretty drastic updates in order for it to happen. And I just don't know if they'll do it. Maybe they will and they'll surprise us all. I don't know. But the battle mechanics have to get updated 100%. And hospital deads has to get updated. And then just overall PvP gameplay needs to get updated. See, they're just going to gangbang them out by their cities. And so they're never going to come out. Let's see if they do. I didn't even look at the stellar. Who's winning in this stellar? Do y'all know? I'll have to look it up here in a little bit. All right, let's see. So there, nine is being nice and opening up the pass for 57. Dang, bro. The bros are here. All right, we got a little Lubu banner popping in. Let's go. But you can see, look, they're just legit, like, popping out of their city, getting banged. Bang, bang. Hey, we got a pass rally coming in. Let's go. Oh, no. This thing's going to die before the pass rally. They should have just... Oh, man. Ironically, they're going to take it down, and then the rally's going to... It's going to get canceled, and then look. Oh, okay. It wasn't that far out. That's good. That's good. It actually died in the bushes, in the tree line, so they got saved there. Oh, any further, that would have been pretty bad, to be honest. They got a little saved there. But hey, I appreciate those of y'all that have been supporting the community. If you haven't already, do me a huge favor, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. And if you want to support our channel, use exclamation point eneba. I'm gonna put it in our chat real quick. Exclamation point eneba, and use our sponsored eneba link for all of the top ups for Age of Empires Mobile. Take advantage of that cashback offer inside of the shop. And if you have any questions or any issues or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me on Discord, and we'll make sure that we get you in front of the right people. Or if I need to reach out, I will as well. And don't forget, it's not just for AoEM. They do almost every other mobile game that we've played as well, including Destiny Rising if you are playing with us, as well as, you know, Xbox Live subscriptions, PSNs. If you're playing any console games, they have those on there, all the DLCs, all that kind of stuff, Microsoft subscriptions. And so you can use our link for any of those, and it lets them know that you're part of our community and helps support us a little bit. So I appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all are enjoying all the content, and yeah, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. We wouldn't be here without y'all. So I always want to give y'all love and appreciation for it. All right, let me see. Oh dang, the stank face. Shee. The Dirty Witty. I wonder what the best name, like the best name in AoEM would be. I wish we could have like a contest for it. Bazzy Baz. What's up, boss man? How you been? I've been good, bud. I've been good, man. I've been good, brother. We have this. We've been rolling some Destiny Rising stuff, and then doing a couple of Grand Prix casts for Osiris League. And yeah, man, it's just been busy, man. Just always busy. Sometimes I regret firing that many channels, but I kind of like the idea of me never having to worry about like watered down content or community not knowing where to go. And so it's one of those unfortunate things. It's like I probably spread myself too thin, but I enjoy everything that much where it's kind of like, even if I don't do 30 pieces of content, it's still me kind of having fun with the community. So we'll figure it out. aoem seems to be during the weekends, so kind of finding that balance. And then once Osiris League wraps back around, we'll probably have quite a bit on the Rock channel. And then I'll be trying to do some kvk watch parties on that channel sooner than later. So we're gonna start working on setting those up, that way we can just chill during the week and have a good time whenever we want to stream something. How have you been, bud? It's a lot of death right here, boys. Oh, this thing drives me nuts with blue stacks, boys. So the button I need to click is behind the zoom button. Ugh. So annoying, dude. Hold on. Please tell me it went away. Can I click the little... It's kind of mad annoying, fam. All right, let me see. Whoops. Been nonstop since Florida, dude. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Yeah. Yeah, the work is working, and then the channels are all going off. They're popping. So it's one of those. I don't think do y'all think they're stretching this out, fam? This doesn't feel, I'll tell you this. From the question from earlier, this doesn't feel like they're stretching this out. You wouldn't dominate somebody this badly in the field if you were trying to stretch it out. Right? You would let them bait, you would bait them in and let them like, this is like, I'm going to show y'all again the numbers, right? Almost everything outside of what's right here is from server 9. Right? I'm not saying that this is the best marches on the field. I'm just showing you that this is just activity. This is players sending marches out, and this is what's being sent out. So I know when people say, oh, they're not active, I don't think it has to do with that. I told you, I think it has to do with the opponent that they were playing. And just their lack, you know, slight lack of 140s. Oh, we got what, a solo rally just to send it in? Oh God. Oh, see, they're probably hitting the Lubu. Okay, I thought they were hitting the rally. I was like, oh, bro, it's just feeding again. Dude, he's just getting his Lubu. That's insane bait right there, to be honest with you. That's insane bait. If you know for a fact that your Lubu 140 is just absolutely clapping people. I think this guy isn't a small player though. Pretty sure. I don't think he's massive, but if I remember correctly, maybe I could be wrong though. I honestly want to see if G57 can just push up together. Megalodon. I think DJ is probably somewhere around here. You know, I haven't seen the Storm account. Oh, because they changed the name. I think they changed the name if I remember correctly. Fun. Let me see. Rankings. I think they changed the name. It's not Storm anymore. It's the Alex account. That's the one. Alex is the old Storm account. All right, let's see what it looks like. See how 57 does. Now, keep in mind, they don't have any reinforcements coming through. This is just pure mano y mano, and who's going to last. So XAI with more pikes. It's not looking too bad, to be honest with you. If they had some reinforcements or some taxis, this might actually be cooking. Might actually be cooking. Double on the eliminations. Triple the eliminations. I'm telling you, if they had taxis, this would look really good. It ended off with the little like 2.5x on eliminations. Oh, I get a little. Oh, bro, how do you time them that bad? Bro, that wasn't even close. As we were talking, dude, Harold in the field. Harold spotted. Yeah. Harold spotted. Not spotted anymore. Jesus Christ. Right when we said it. Right when we said it, dude. I was so excited for Harold that he just got slapped. Dude, there's no way those taxis were that far behind, right? I hope they canceled them all. Yeah, I think they're all running back now. Whew. That could have been a massacre if they would have gone through. That would have been a massacre. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Let me ask 40 how theirs is going. So when was this message posted? 149, like 30 minutes ago. Dang, this was okay. So this was before IC even opened up. They were at 43.5 bill to 21 bill. And this is server 40 versus server 15. Let me see how they're doing. Let me see. All right, they're sending to the tower. I didn't even look how. 15 minutes. Ramtha, we don't have enemies. Don't be lying to me, boy. Don't be lying to me. Let me put my cap gif in here. Homie be capping. Cap. Let's see. I think 35 won. I don't know who 11 fought. I might actually put 9 ahead because bless you, baby. Because 39 is fighting right now. They get a mill. They get a mill already off the rip, so they'll take first, and then it's just a matter of how many points on top of that. I might make for. I don't remember who's 9s. Hold on, let me see who's in 9s. DD 35, 11, 9, and so the only one that got cooked is ooh. I think those are the top 3, right? Let me make sure I remember. Top 3, 35, 11, 9. Yeah. Who was the 4th one? 10? It's not bad. Well, that's good. At least they're in the same DD. That'll make the finish line that much more fun. Dang, we gotta wait another 5 minutes for them to send rallies again, boys. Let's see what our score is looking like right now. 57, holding it down, boys. Here's the interesting part. I will tell you this. You ready? This has like, y'all remember the meme, right? Where 21 lost to 15. This is giving me those vibes right now. And the reason I'm saying this is this, right? The scores are so low that even 20%, right? Even 20% when they capture IC for 9, right? When they capture IC at 20%, it is nothing that they can't, that 57 can't overcome with the right players in the right situation, swarming the right accounts. That's what makes this very interesting, right? If you see 57 after this IC, right? They cap it, whatever it is, for 9. They might go up to like, what, 55 maybe? If it was capped right now. I don't see that being impossible. And even then, I don't think it's going up to 55. I don't think that would be 20% of 35 is not. That'd be 7 bill, right? 35 carry 3.5 bill times 2, 7 bill. So it'd be 48 bill to 35. I don't think that's that bad, to be honest with you. I think if you spend the next 4 or 5 hours fighting, I think you can easily make up 10, 12, right? You just need to find the right accounts to 0. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So it makes it interesting. It's the ones that are like, you're down by 45 billion. Okay, yeah, like, being real, you're probably not going to make that up. 10? Pretty doable with 6 hours, I think, if you have the right whales running around just getting fed. All right, let me see. All right, so we got our rally coming out. Please tell me the taxis are coming. They can't be that delayed, fam. They should already be going out. It's not looking good. It looks like we're going to have the same situation as last time. Let me zoom out and see. Yep. It's already, this rally is already too far out from this one. We're going to watch. I want to see. They see, it shouldn't, that's kind of close, right? But you ideally want this one a little bit closer. But I will say this. Based on what I saw results-wise from their previous rally, this one actually held up pretty well, so that initial gap might not be that bad. Where are the other ones? Should be coming out. There it is. That's a little late, but figure it out. But at least they're not insanely badly timed this time. So we'll see how this one goes. So we have one main, 4 taxis thus far. This line will let them take it for a laugh. Hey, they might, to be honest with you. They might. Here's the trick though, Watcher, is this rally's gonna hurt. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit pretty hard. So that's what makes this interesting. I don't know if 4 is gonna be enough, but we're gonna find out together, man. It's already hitting? Oh, bro. What a missed time. Oh, it's already hitting. Oh, bro. Okay, we're just off. My bad. Apologies, fam. Apologies. Here we go. Let's see how it's going. See, G's is doing very good when the rally's hitting. Pretty even balance on the side of G57 in regards to compositions. You can see by XAI, it's very heavy inside of Pike. And they are getting absolutely wrecked with Pike right now. Belisarius, Cyrus, Lubu, Cyrus, Lubu. Probably the big 3, probably right now in here. Cyrus. I don't know why that guy's in there, but oh no. Oh no. 2.5 to 1 right now. Oh, the garrison's going down, boys. Oh! Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. The panic. The panic. Hey. Look at all the taxis there. Dang. Nice. Nice. And they got it. There you go. Now, we'll figure out whether they let them get it or what, but I can tell you right now, even based on the returns, they were still going to be able to sustain that for a hot second. They need the points. Is what it is, you know what I mean? I would say this. You also have to be careful because the trades they're probably taking are insanely bad. So you just have to be careful. Like you want to make up stellar points, but you also don't need to zero your kingdom in the process of trying to make up some shitty points. You know what I mean? I don't mean like dying is bad. I just mean like you're free to play dumping in all their troops into a losing battle already off the rip. Kind of deal. Like we saw a YSS in there, bro. No reason a YSS should be in there. That's just a massive L right off the rip. I want to see. So here's what the interesting part's going to come in. Now I want to see the XAI rally and see how it does against that garrison. Because if G57 can time up some taxis on garrison, the nut's going to be hard to crack. I'll be honest with you, based on the results that we were seeing. So it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting. I kind of want to see it. That's why sometimes this is playing with fire. Like if the rallies and garrisons were pretty close, I would say like go for it, man. Play with your food. You know, play like score some points. Do it. But they weren't. But they weren't. So if 57 can time up their taxis for garrison, well, This is gonna be very painful for 9 to retake. Not saying 9 can't, right? But it's not gonna be as easy as send one rally, you're probably dead. As long as 57 isn't able to send well, they're already sending them. Isn't sending taxis. They're getting swarmed by who? Who is this absolute manimal that's swarming them? You want me to tell you something? Chat, if it was me, what I would do, I would send a taxi with all of your strongest players. Like if you're a smaller kingdom like 57, send it as a taxi along like when they're sending theirs. And then once you get them to the middle, then you just start swarming everything around the IC. Because I think what's going to happen is a lot of players will get their marches killed before they get to middle, even big boys. And so this way you get in the middle, you can start creating some chaos, and then that causes issues with communication. Because I feel like overall 57's higher powered players are strong. Not saying DJ and crew aren't strong. I just feel like the accounts in 57 are a bit stronger for the mid-level, lower level. And so they're doing a lot more work from what I'm seeing on the screen right now. We have our garrison taxis coming through. Nothing's hitting though right now, so we'll see how long they're gonna leave it. Is rally coming in? Let me see. Let me zoom out. I don't see anything thus far. It's probably a couple of minutes before. That's why I'm surprised these taxis are going right now. They might also be just using them just to clear the field because they're not going to own the field. And then wait to get here. Dang, they're swarming the rally. Ooh. See, Dan is just sitting there right in the middle. See, you're starting to see more G players inside of the IC area. Look at Dan coming out again. You're starting to see a lot more of them, which wasn't common before, which granted, it could be them letting them in. It could just be the taxis breaking off. Who knows? But there's a lot more people than it was before, which is always a benefit. And you're getting swarm damage. Look at Harold doing work. Harold spotted. And not spotted once again. Dang, every time we spot him, he just gets absolutely nuked. I'm not sure if I'm excited about that or saddened by it, because he has such a legendary beard. Bro, we have a Josephine? Oh, Lord. How big is Dan? 188. It's a big boy. All right, let's look at the score real quick. Bro. See, this is what I'm saying, Chop. For all that 57's been doing, right, on the field, and all that 9 has had on the field, look at the battle scores, the stage for battle right now. They're up almost 5 billion right now. They're within 5 billion of the total points, which I know for a lot of people it doesn't sound like, but when you start getting the 20% of stuff, it's kind of like at that point where like you're expecting, you're wanting like a really big jump, and because you're kind of giving so many points in an effort to raise the overall points, it kind of doesn't really help. It helps a little bit, right? But for this to help for 9, right? Hold on, let me go back. For this to help 9, they need their total score to be over 100 billion. They're, you know what, 54 billion away, and 20% of 40 is only going to give them an extra 8. So they need to figure out how they're going to fill up another almost what, 50 billion of score. That's what makes this really tough, right? Even stretching this, making up 50 bill when you're losing the field that bad, it's not going to be that easy, right? They're taking 2.5 to 3 to 1 trades negatively. That's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. I want to see when the rally should be coming close. We're already at 10 minutes. So here is where we're going to find out, right? One of the things with reinforcing the rallies, right, isn't necessarily about just constantly topping it up. Because in Rise of Kingdoms, I'll give you an example. In Rise of Kingdoms, it was just about that, right? It was getting warm bodies into the rally to make sure it just doesn't die, right? The rally mechanics inside of aoem do not work like that. It turns into, the easiest way I can explain is it turns into like a 1v1, and you're 1v1ing a bunch of people inside of a rally in a garrison, right? It's not about my best 50 against your best 50 as a whole and we battle it out. It is, I have an insane Lubu, you have a really shitty archer, we go to battle, you take an L, I take a W. Okay, now my person is attacking this sword inside of your garrison, I take the L on this one, you take the W. Like it is like a 1v1 v1 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 nonstop. So the quality that you dump into the rally and the garrison matters as opposed to other games. All right, here we go. Let's see who's the one that's rallying. XAI. Let's see how they do. They're going again, Pike in their rally. More sword inside the garrison for G, which is interesting because their rally had the strongest marches they had, and rally were not sword. Now the eliminations are pretty even. Remind me, chat, after this rally goes down, after the garrison goes down, to check the score. I was gonna look at the points leaders personal. I don't know if the storm account is still high. Oh, they're getting topped up. I remember you. Oh, you know what? Hold on, chat. I see Cam. I remember you. Sorry about that, fam. There you go. They're balancing it out now. Because the rate should be pretty high of a clip. Pretty high of a clip for XAI because they own the field. I just don't know if they have taxis coming through for G. If they don't, then this is chalked. Yeah, they don't. So this should go down. But like I said, the taxis, look at the difference in the eliminations again. Like if they had non-stop taxis going, this would look. Hello from 57. Good to see you, Johnny. Welcome to the stream, buddy. 57 would be doing really well. The quality inside of their rally and garrison is very good. They just don't have enough, and that's the problem that they're running into right now. Remember, remember, I remember you. How you doing today, Johnny? Oh, let's look at wait, personal. There you go. Danny. I think that's Chinese name, right? A Chinese characters. I think they both are. So G is in the top 5. They own all the top 5 spots. Where is question mark? Where's the Storm account, fam? Oh. Ew. Yeah. So this is the Storm account. Okay. It's a choice. It's a choice. It's pretty good, not gonna lie. Chat, we've said this before, right? It's not a jab. It's not a jab at Bob. It's not a jab. Hold on, let me rub my eyes real quick. It's not a jab at Bob. But if you're looking for easy points, you just go to Bob. Just go to Bob. Just send your Lubu. Just park it right in the middle of their hive and just watch them all just swarm with their Darius and their you know, their Cleos, bro. It just it's pretty memeable. Not gonna lie to you. Oh, little boy getting bang 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 bang. Oh man, somebody forgot to drive. Drive it somewhere, homie. Drive, Forrest, drive. This guy fell asleep at the wheel, homie. He left his Escalade with the doors wide open. Oh, there he is. Yeah, there you go. Look. I bet you Johnny's out there Move your shit. He's just yelling at him. Move your shit, bro. It's time to take somebody to Pound Town. Take him to Pound Town. Bro, where is he going? Oh, he said psych. Psych, I didn't want to go to that one. I wanted to hit the one that I was previously standing by. I'm going to hit the 62 mil account because he's doing work right now. Oh, dang. Are they getting a double bang? Dang. Chat. Six pack taking it from two sides right now, chat. This is not what they tell you when you hit the gym, that you're going to get banged from both sides. This is, oh my God, dude. Shit stacks every time, bro. I swear, I cannot count the days until I can get rid of shit stacks. Bang, bang. Bang, bang from both sides. Trash stacks just makes me so mad, bro. Just makes me so mad. All right. Well, the Kansas City Taylor Swifts just won 31-0. That's a W. They really laid the wood on them, so to say. You got it? You got it? Hey, yeah, that was pretty good. I felt pretty good about that one. See, my wife knew what I was talking about, chat. She just yelled from the other room, so shame on y'all for not catching on my jokes. I blame y'all. But if you really want me to forgive you, hard plug the eneba link. No, I'm just I'm just kidding. Let me see. Oh man, they're banging somebody else. Oh bro, no love. Is that still six pack giving a double boink? He is. Dang, dude. The double boink. This is the Habibi musical right here, fam. I use this one. Gets me jacked every time. All right, six pack. They're on you, brother. Dude, the sheer amount of war machines that came out during our KVK was wild, man. I don't think I've ever seen that many. So I'll kind of articulate the picture here in a minute. Essentially, 17 posted up their Escalades right here to block all this off, right? On top of that, once we poured it in, right? Once the IC opened up and blah, 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 they sent like 15 war machines, battering rams to the cities on top of literally a taxi train of trebs followed behind it. Bro, it was so... I think we spent more time killing war machines than we did killing troops. It was pretty insane. It was pretty insane. There's just so much going on right here, fam. Okay. Oh, we got something. We got inbound. All right, 57 rally coming in. And we're in. Taxi rally following up. See, their rallies are doing so good. Let's see if they're going to continue to do good. It's just about the taxis. They need essentially like triple the taxis in order to make this beneficial. Because right now, I'll tell you this. 9 might be scoring some stellar points, but they are going to be losing a ton of troops going triple neg every single time this rally comes in. All right. Looks like the G rally is going down, but I have a feeling that taxi hasn't gotten there yet. So it should go up here in a minute. Yep, there it is. Here it is. Oof. Well, already 2x eliminations in favor of 57. We are now 3x in favor of 57's rally. Don't get me wrong, right? Like, I understand we're almost 4x in favor of 57. I'm all for like you trying to earn points and like do that kind of stuff, but this is the kind of stuff that's gonna zero your kingdom. It's not gonna like taking 4x negative trades is pretty rough. Pretty rough. We're approaching here in about 30 seconds. We're approaching 5x negative trades. Oh no, 3. Okay, there you go. That's a nice little bump. It's going down to 3, it appears. There you go. 3.5. Look at the rally. You can tell when the taxis are hitting and not hitting. It hits so much harder. Look at those taxis. Oh, no. Look at it jump up. Look at the elimination difference, boys and girls. Oh, my God. That's why I keep telling you it's about quality. It's not about just constantly dumping bodies, because in other games, like in Rock, right, you can dump 5 of your marches in the thing, right? It doesn't matter. In aoem, you can only have 1 march in the rally or in the garrison. And so it matters which one you're sending in. If you're sending the trash one, you're kind of not really helping in that sense, right? I don't want to say not to, but it's tough. It's a tough hill to climb right here. We're at 3.5 in favor of 57. We're almost at 10 million eliminations, boys. Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna? Oh, and as we say it, whoo. Y'all tell me, watcher, you tell me that this feels like you're bumping your score. It feels it doesn't feel as good as it should feel. I think that's the best way of saying it. There's a difference between like when you're playing somebody in sports, right? And you're kind of letting them score and letting them, you know, make a couple baskets in basketball. Like, this is feeling like you're letting them score and then they're shooting 3-pointers in your face. And you're not losing, but you're definitely not looking good. That's what I would say, right? That's the vibe that I'm getting from this right now. We're at 4-1 trade right now. There you go. 57 takes it. You're definitely not feeling great. Because this is the part where I will say this. Mythic 35, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, my friend? I would say this. This is when you start getting into the dangerous territory if you're 9, because here's why. You have to have the player base to stretch fights like this, right? If you're free to play or dumping in their troops and they've already lost 200, 300,000 troops doing this, you're already going to take an L, right? Because guess what? In 2 days, in 5 hours, I almost said days. In 5 hours, we are going to be loading into the Desolate Desert map to begin the next KVK map. Yes, they will get 65% back, but that gives free to play and low spenders 0 time to retrain. And is it necessarily a bad thing? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is at a certain point, you're going to have to understand that if 80% of your player base in your kingdom is low spender free to play, right? They are not going to be able to sustain 4.5x to 1 losses nonstop. It's just the way it's going to happen, right? You're going to have to trade even. Like if you're trading even and you're just going to like lose on purpose, then cool. But if you're taking 5x L's, like that's ooh. You know what I mean? Yep. Go 57. They have so many people. What the hell? So it isn't, I will say this, Carpone, it isn't that the amount of people is great. Don't get me wrong. But when I start scrolling everywhere, Carpone, I want you to look at the marches that you're seeing the icons pop up for. Okay. And then you will answer your own question, right? Hold on. They're going to be more out here, I think, right now. Let me see. Let's see if they're still coming out. But see, look at the field. Look how like minimal it is now. What we were showing earlier, right? What we were showing earlier, it is not that anymore, right? This used to be flooded with marches, right? It ain't flooded no more, boys. It ain't flooded no more. This is when, ready? This is when if you were 57, you should already be launching rallies on the towers now. Do not reinforce them, right? Do not reinforce them. Launch rallies for pure positive trades. That's it. All you're trying to do is kill their troops. Focus on IC, but you should be sending at least 1 rally to those 2 towers right now and take positive trades nonstop. Rally this, nonstop. Just 1 rally. Don't taxi them. Don't do anything. All you're looking for is if you know that you're taking, 3, 4, 5x positives, even if you lose because you don't reinforce, you're still killing all their troops. That's the key. That's the key. And keep that in mind too, as well. That was 57 with no towers. That's a 57 rally with no towers. Those 4x, 5x would be exponentially worse if they even held 1 tower. Kabone. Hey, bro, how are you? I'm good, bud. I'm good. We're here. We're streaming. We're having some fun with y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping in and chilling with me and having a good time, man. S9 might win Stellar based purely off of the amount of active farmers. It just depends, man. I feel like, so we'll look at it here in a minute on the Stellar scores. It's a lot closer than people are going to think. All right, John. Dude, seriously, I've watched 9 kick people from rally to keep it close. Stop being a noob. Hey, Bulb, I'm from S9. Can't let you say this. We 100% control this MEE. Oh, I'm not saying you're not controlling it. That's what I'm trying to say. I never said y'all were gonna lose MEE. What I was saying is it worth winning the MEE after losing that kind of way? That makes sense. I don't think y'all are gonna lose the MEE. What I think is the cost of winning the MEE is going to far exceed what. Does that make sense? It's like easiest way to explain it, right? Like in war, right? War scenarios, whatever it is, right? You both have your fleets, but in order for you to win, you need to lose all of your fleet in order to win. Some people would say, okay, cool, a win is a win. We can redo it, right? In other cases, they're like, it's not worth losing everything for the one win when we want to win 5 more times. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to give it in a scenario where it's like, if you're taking negative 5x trades, right? Unless they're like T3s, right? Which I'm not seeing reports. So I can't really say what the quality of the marches are. They could be trash too. I don't know. I haven't seen a report. Right? If they're throwing in T5s and T6s, then that's like bloat. It's okay. But if all those losses are T7s, that's pretty rough, right? And that may be the case, but I don't really know. I'm kind of just speaking purely off of the numberage and the eliminations. They put siege marches in city on purpose. Even DD verse 35 might not be enough for us to catch up to 9. Not at all. Can't wait. Can't hate the activity of 9. They do good with numbers, and TR are my favorites. I like TR. I like TR. I think TR is one of the more underrated second alliances in the game. I'd say that. I've always liked TR though. That's why I would say this. That's why the 9 versus 40 was kind of disappointing. Because I feel like if the battle mechanics in aoem were fixed, I feel like 9 versus 40 would have been really good. Sorry. Would have been really good. Because I feel like Jed versus TR would be a very, very good, like, a number 2 versus number 2 and then number 1 versus number 1 kind of scenario. But I know probably because of the threat of being swarmed and zeroed was so prevalent, it made it kind of hard to kind of play the way normally I'm used to seeing 9, I assume. But yeah, I've always liked TR. I feel like TR is one of the top second number 2 alliances in the kingdoms. I think Jed is really good. L42, TR, whoever the second alliance, like, I don't even know who. Either way, I don't know. I'll probably say that and somebody's gonna get upset. Whatever. But there are some very evident, like, number 2, like, just the second alliance that I feel like would match up really well, especially in a bigger KVK. I think that's kind of the biggest jab that I have at some of them. Like, that's why I would say I'm excited the most for the 73 DD. Because there are so many kingdoms in there that are one alliance, like one really big alliance kingdoms, that is going to make the fighting scenarios a lot better. Right, overall, you're not going to get gangbanged by multiple alliances against one alliance, and then kind of, it's going to be good. 73 and 18 and was it 35? I forgot who else was in that one. But I remember, was it 26? I don't remember. It was one of those groups that is really, really stacked with the one alliance. Because I like that matchmaking. That works for me. I know a lot of people like seeing the really strong one alliance kingdoms go against the bigger kingdoms, but I just don't. I always feel like it's unfair to them, because then it's like Have y'all seen? Oh, what was the movie? Oh my goodness. Crap. What was the movie? It's a kid. He's a commander, and then he has to lead the troop, like in space. Oh my goodness, I just went blank. Hold on. It's gonna bother me now. I have to look it up. Ender's Game. If you've ever seen that movie, right? There's a technique that he does at the very end where he like spirals, like all of his units are kind of spiraling around the one center focus in order to get through like the massive, like just overblow. Like think of it like nine, how they fill the whole screen up in order to kind of penetrate through that whole swarm. He just is rotating to protect the center, but everybody on the outside is dying. That is what it looks like when you're playing the one alliance versus the multi-alliance kingdoms. It feels like if your one bullet doesn't land, you're cooked. And then you're just constantly getting cooked if that one bullet doesn't land. All right, let's see. All right, let me get a new song in here real quick. Let's see. TR almost full Turkish pure fighters. Yeah, I like them. I knew they were Turkish because when I was in 20, we tried getting them. But yeah, I like them. For a while there, I thought one of their players was one of my old CC friends from Rise of Kingdoms. Mythic, they gave me over 2 million kills in GE we had against server 9. Which one? TR, Mythic, or Bob? I don't. Do they have taxis coming? Let me see. Oh yeah, they're there. What is this? Oh, bro, somebody didn't do it right. Oh no, they didn't scout before they did it, dude. Look at all these misfired taxis, dude. What an absolute L right here, bro. All their taxis, they didn't pay attention and they launched it in the wrong area. These are all their taxis. Oh no. Oh, that's why you scout, fam. That's why you scout your city and watch where the scout goes before you set the rally. Or else you get this. All right, TR's second rally's coming in. All right, let's see how this is looking. TR. I like TR though. They're the type Mythic that I always feel like would go out on their shield. You know what I mean? And that I can vibe with. I can support. You know what I mean? They go out on their shield as a group, and that I can always respect. Yee, hello. How you doing, my friend? Abdel? I would try to pronounce your whole name, my friend, but I'm pretty sure I would butcher it so hard. So I'm just going to call you Abdel if that's okay. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? Mini Man, the big oof. Yeah. How you doing, Mini Man? I saw you earlier hanging out on Blaine's stream. How you doing, big guy? They're fighters and don't care about troops. They're the most fun to play against, hands down. Yeah. That's why I love them. Yeah. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. I like it. I would say this. It's unfortunate that if the battle tactics weren't fixed, if they were fixed, that TR would be a very, very strong like support slash like secondary like it you don't want it to come off like bad. Like I don't want it coming off bad, but like they would be one of the strongest like activity secondary alliances there is in the game. Because of just how much they don't care already with the current mechanics. I can imagine it being that much better if they fixed it, which would overall make the gameplay in aoem that much better, right? In my opinion, right? I know everybody's a little different, but that's just my opinion. I'm good, mini man. I'm good, bud. It's Sunday. There's NFL football on today. Cowboys fire up in about an hour. So we might not hang here for the entire duration because it does look like they are going to stretch it, which I ain't mad about, right? I just don't know if I want to stream this for 5 hours, right? I think we're on for right now 2. So maybe a little bit longer, maybe at the top of the hour, at the top of this hour, we'll call it. We'll hang out with y'all and just chill and have a good time. Can't wait to play them next week in DD. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You reminded me, Mythic. Let me see real quick. All right, so let's look at, y'all were talking about Stellar. Let's talk about Stellar real quick. Let's look it up. Let's check it out. Okay. So overall, 35 is at 15, 11 is at 15.2, and 9 is at 15.1. Okay. Are 35 and 11, have they completed their MEEs already? Or are they doing theirs right now? Y'all know? That's why I love them. You were right. Blaine's got the Black Dragon theme. I told you, fam. I told you, fam. Like it. I don't like. It's not a jab. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's one of those things. Like when you spend that kind of money on an account, right? The concept of never spending again. I didn't believe it. The second I saw him playing the account, I knew it wasn't the end, right? If you when you spend that kind of money on an account and you say I'm not spending anymore, you don't play it, because it's like me, right? I love to gamble, right? In real life, right? And gamble, slot machines, tables, all that kind of stuff, right? I know myself well enough to know if I don't want to gamble, guess what? I'm not going to Las Vegas, right? I'm not going and saying, oh, we'll just eat food, go see a show, and that's all we'll do, right? I know myself well enough to know if you put me anywhere near a casino, I will say, you know what, brother? Maybe I'll just put $5 in the slot machine, and then it turns to 15. Then it turns to 20. Then it's like, you know what? We got to make our money back. Let's put a 50 in there, right? And then you lose that. And then you're like, you know what? What's $100? It's all good. It's all good. $100. You crank that shit, you lose it. Okay, well, fuck me. Let's go get a burger. And that's how they hook you, right? Then you eat your burger. You're sitting there, you're watching bing, bing, bing. Everyone's fucking winning. You're the only loser apparently in world's history. And then you get up and you're like, if these motherfuckers can win, I'm gonna win, right? So then you go sit at another machine and you dump another 500 in there because you're determined at this point to win, right? And you're cranking that shit, and you'll win like the smallest fucking pot there is, right? And you're like, we're back. At $120, we're back. And then you proceed to lose another 700, right? Now, by the time you know it, you're already 800 in the hole, right? And then you're like, what's another 1,000 at this point? And then you just start, that's how it starts, right? So I already know myself, right? And I know that feeling. So if a player that spends that kind of money tells me I am not going to spend anymore, but still continues to play the game, I know they're going to spend at some point. It's just a matter of when. And usually it's going to be the shiny, pretty stuff that they'll spend money on, right? Or the stuff that will give them another bump, like the skin or something like that. That's why I smiled when he said that. And then I saw him streaming the MEE. I was like, this homie ain't gonna last a week. And he didn't last the week. He was waiting for the anniversary event. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I saw the black dragon. I saw he almost got trebbed. Y'all saved him. I saw him. He almost got trebbed out of his shorts. It was so funny. Y'all should have waited. See, top tier, y'all should have waited to like the last minute and then be like, Blaines, you could have shield. You can shield. And then watch him just like fumble through trying to find out how to shield. Because I guarantee you, he's probably never shielded in his life. That was pretty funny. Wait, I could shield? How do I shield? What buttons do I click? Holy shit, which one am I supposed to use? Oh my God, dude, it was so funny. It was funny watching him scramble. That was probably the most nervous I think I've seen Blaines playing in AoEM, was figuring out how to shield. That was the best part right there. That was probably one of the only parts I caught right before our stream. The most nervous Blaines has ever looked. It was when he had to figure out how to shield. Oh, dude, it was so good. ME complete for both. Okay, so this is what I was going to talk about. I know a lot of people are talking about this, and they're talking about 9 and whatever it is. Okay, so right now, 9 with the win, right? We're just basing it on assumptions right now. If 9 wins, they get 1,000,000 points stellar for the win. So they will now be at 16.1 million score. Okay. That's not including the additional score if they are able to get to 100 million. That essentially, if you get to 100 million score in MEE, it basically is equivalent to 1,000,000 in stellar. Okay. I don't think they're super close right now, but they could stretch it and try to get there. And so you're probably looking at more like a 1.5 million bump, roughly. I would say just depends, right? I think this score already includes part of the score from MEE already. And so I don't think I'm not saying it's going up another mil, right? It's going to go up whatever the percentage of what they're missing right now. So maybe like 500K maybe. Cause I think they're about halfway to 100 bill. And so roughly their score is going to go up by about 1.5 mil. Assuming they reach 100 million, okay, or 100 billion, sorry. If they don't, then it will be less, right? But it's guaranteed the 1 mil if they win, and then everything in excess would be that, right? So they're already going in with that, which means at the least, right, we'll just assume they get 1.2, right, on the low end. That would put them at 16.3. So put them roughly 900K points ahead of 35. Okay. So what does that mean? A lot of people are going to be like, oh, it's over, it's done. Not necessarily, right? What that means is next week's Wonders Battle of Dawn are going to be very crucial because you can make up quite a bit of points in those modes. And from what I was told, okay, they did an update to DD scoring. Nobody fucking knows what it was because I've asked and nobody knows, but apparently there were adjustments made to the scoring inside of DD. Nobody knows. I know everybody said we'll find out on Monday. The scoring wasn't written down originally in DD. So unless they updated all of their descriptions, it wasn't evident last time, right? The only thing that was evident was the win and the loss, right? Which was originally 600K for a win, 300K for a loss. If they've adjusted that, then that's still a bump. The issue with DD was the personal score counting towards stellar was trash, right? And then they needed to update the description for the palace, because the way it read was if you were sitting in there, you were pretty much going to get 100 million score because you were scoring insane score per second, right? When in reality, you were scoring like 10K points as opposed to 100 million. And so those all need to kind of get adjusted, but I don't know how drastically the DD scoring is going to be adjusted, but I am interested to see it for sure. Let me see. Should be completed. True. He just can't resist the new themes and heroes. I don't blame him, Mini Man. You know what I mean? Like, it's a shiny toy. It's a shiny toy. We all love it. Shit, if it didn't cost $3,000, I'd love the shiny toy too. I'll be honest with you. I got the white dragon skin. Oh, here, we'll put this on while we chat. I got the white dragon skin purely out of fear, not even FOMO. I got the white dragon skin out of fear, not out of FOMO. On my main account. A lot of people don't really talk about this, and so I kind of talk about it every now and then just because y'all like talking about it, and so I always bring it up. The skins that are in CN are already, a majority of them are already in my Discord server, right? They're already in that CN Leaks channel. They're all there for the majority of them, okay? My fear, and this is why I got the white dragon skin, my fear is those skins look amazing, right? Visually, they're animated. They're visually stunning. So when I saw that the black dragon skin cost 9,000 carnelians, I can tell you right now, there's no way that the ones that are in the CN Leaks channel on our Discord are going to cost 3,000, which is, I assumed, and this is kind of just ballparking it because I had to try to figure out if I was going to do it or not. I assumed that those animated ones would be more around like 5K, 5.5K, because the buffs are about 2 to 2.5% a bump from the base 3K, right? What you would get for the 3K skin. I did not assume they were going to be 3 times the price, right? I pretty much have saved. If you save from the start of the game to where we are at the 1-year anniversary, right? From launch to where we are, you would have had roughly, as a free to play, right? As a low spender, you would have roughly about 5,000 to 5.5K carnelians, okay? You would need to save for 2 whole years as a free to play to get the black dragon skin. What that tells me is the skins that I was wanting to get, if they are not what I really don't think they're going to be 3K, I would need to save a whole year in addition to what I've already sat on for a whole year just to be able to have a shot at affording those skins. And at that point, I was just like, nah, I just want to skin, just have some fun. You know, who the hell knows if we're going to even be here in a year? You know what I mean? Kind of deal. So I bought it out of fear, not out of FOMO. I honestly didn't really like the white dragon skin. But I got tired of having the random one, and I was kind of hoping, you know, after I saw it was 9K, I was like, all right, the other one's going to be in the ballpark of it. And so I would have to be saving for another year. And then by the time they get added to the other shop, guess what? It's a whole other currency. And it turned into that, like a spiral of that. One theme less knocks them back so far in the top player competitiveness. Yeah, recovering losses makes you lose more. Very, very true. Dev's got them by the balls. Yeah, for sure, brother. He said that was the first time. Yeah. That was a lie. He never used a shield. Dude, I'm afraid I'm gonna make like a Bubble Boy meme. I'm gonna make a Bubble Boy meme and then I'm gonna get canceled again. Y'all are too sus with that, fam. If I made a Bubble Boy meme, y'all would probably be like, oh man, he's personally attacking him and holy shit, we gotta flame him again. Which funny, that's the funny part. And the funny part is when I made the Blaine's Get Zeroed, like the meme video about it, bro, homie laughed. He enjoyed it. He had a good time with it. It was pretty funny. S9 will be #1 at the end of this ME for sure if they win. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Anubis! Ah, brother, it's been so long. How are you, big dog? I missed you, homie. You're still playing Rock, right, brother? I don't know why I thought I saw you in one of the Grand Prix teams, homie. How have you been, brother? If you're still here, brother, check out. We have the Bulbaritos rock channel for the rock stuff. If you're still playing rock. Hold on a second, real quick. Let me. I know you're not on. I think you were still on the old Discord server, and we built a new one. All right, let me put the links. While I'm doing all these links, fam, if y'all are enjoying the content, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to help support me, support the community, use our sponsored eneba link. The link is in the live chat. It's also in the description below. If you're going to be topping up in aoem, take advantage of those cashback offers. Even if you're not going to be topping up in aoem, they offer, you know, discounts on console games and DLCs for console and subscriptions for everything under the sun. So if you're building a new PC and need a Microsoft subscription, you can get it on eneba. You can get all those things. I keep reminding all my members because they keep saying I'm building a new PC and I need to buy a license. And I'm like, brother, you've already spent thousands of dollars on eneba. Just use your cash back and you get it for free. Like, it just, you know what I'm saying? And so if you want to help support me, support the community, use that eneba link, save yourself some money, get yourself some cash back. And by using that link, it lets them know that you're part of my community. And I always love y'all for that, right? If you can. If you can't, then by all means, do the free stuff and smash that like button, baby. Hold on. Did I see Canubis? All my money goes to my boys' baseball stuff. Let's go. Yeah, I'm happy for you, my friend. I'm happy for you and the family. It's good to hear you, though. Hear from you, my friend. I haven't played rock in a long time. No, all good, baby. We built out, we separated all the channels out now. So now we have a separate rock channel. We have this channel, which is the main one. We have a Bulbaritos Plays channel. So primarily been playing Destiny Rising on that one. And then we'll figure out what we're going to be doing from there. But yeah, it's good to hear from you, big dog. Hope you and the family are doing fantastic. So Anubis is actually one. He's been here since I was playing rock. And I started rock, what, 7 years ago? 8 years ago? See, remember, prices for themes will only go up and hard to get. Yeah, for sure. Miniman, I'll skip them both. I don't like either of them enough to spend my 3k crystals on them. I should have gotten the volcano theme instead. I kind of like that one too, to be honest with you, Minnie. To be honest with you. Good game. S9. The skins aren't worth it for a free-to-play, really, for 20k EC. You spent every time. You'd be better spent on wheel heroes. Really look pretty... but hit like a wet noodle. Dude, Mythic. This is feeling personal now. No, I'm just kidding. We're bringing out wet noodles. Wet noodle, you know, metaphors now. Mythic's just coming for the ED folks in here. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just shooting the shit. Give the wife and the pupper my best. I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you. Yeah, Bulba is out living his best life outside right now. He's out enjoying the weather. The weather. All right, let me see. Is this over? Let me see. This might actually be over, fam. This might be it. If I don't see open field, that might be it. Say see, they might have said it in chat. GG's, we're done or something. I'm gonna have to look in chat here in a minute. I can say it. I hit like a wet noodle too. Oh man, that's too funny. That's too funny, dude. Wait, did the Browns win? Oh no. Our boy Shador's not gonna get to play. 31-6. Oh no. I guess Shador's never gonna play. Dang, that was his shot. Bro doing bro things out here, bro. This is what I was talking about, fam. Enjoy your Jet 2 holiday, bro. Hey. It's been 7 hours. Oh, we got a little rally. Oh, okay. No, we haven't given up. There's a little rally action coming in. Okay. You love to see it. Let's look at what the score is looking like real quick. 46-40. Let's watch this last rally and then we'll wrap up the stream, fam. We'll wrap up the stream. We want to see how this goes. Gotta see how this goes, boys. All right, got a couple of taxis, but these taxis are well, but at least they're coming through the middle this time. That's a bonus. That's a plus. They are at least coming through the middle this time. All right. Let's get it in, boys and girls. Let's get it in, boys and girls. Will you be streaming any DD next week? I plan on it, but not the 42 one. Okay, I'll ask y'all this. Here, I'm going to ask y'all this because I don't want to say it. I want to hear what y'all want to say before I say what I'm going to say. Hold on. I want to see what y'all would say before I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Oops, I chose the wrong one. Give me a second. Right. So let me explain what the poll is. Right. If it doesn't make sense to you, I'm going to explain it real quick. The question is asking y'all. Oh, hold on. Let me, while we're waiting for this, wait 1 second. Let me get the battle details up. The question is this. Would you, if you had two separate streamers, right? Two streamers, right? One streamer is in the kingdom that is playing inside of the KVK. One streamer is out of any of those kingdoms, but is spectating that DD, right? We'll just say DD, right? Because that's the one that's coming up. So on one hand, you have the one streamer that is inside one of the kingdoms, inside of that DD, but has a 10-minute delay on his stream, versus a streamer that is not in any of those kingdoms, that has no delay, and is streaming the same DD. That is what the poll is. So my question is, which stream would you go to? Would you watch the stream with no delay? Would you watch the streamer with the delay but is in the kingdom? That's the question I have for you. And once, I'll leave it up there for a couple of minutes. We'll figure out, that way y'all can vote real quick. And then I'm going to let you know what I think. And before I state what I'm stating. Make sure y'all vote on the poll real quick. That way I'll cancel the poll and then I'll let you know what's happening or what my rationale behind it is. Okay, so it's pretty evident. All right, it's pretty evident. Y'all's, and that's fine. I'll end the poll. If you haven't done it, then that's okay. Because it's pretty much the percentage that I was assuming it was going to be, right? Okay. So the overall, this is just coming out of that. The overall gist of y'all is that you'd prefer KVK streams with no delay, right? I'm the same way, right? I'm a firm believer that if you have to add delays onto your PvP streams, nobody will come, right? Here's the reason why. If they come, they're like the real deal, right? They're here to support you, and that's okay, right? But you come with the understanding that you are not engaging with that creator at all stream long, right? It's like in marketing, right? If you're not up to date, you're way behind, right? And that is the problem that I have with delayed streams. I would rather, as a creator, not stream than stream on a delay. And one of the requirements into my acceptance into V was that all streams, ready for this? You ready for this? For me to be accepted into V was that all streams, not just PvP streams, all streams had a mandatory 10-minute delay on them. Right? At the time, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to be in an alliance. We'll chill. I had a friend that stuck their neck out for me to get me even that far. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just chill, whatever. Right? But here's the dilemma, right? As a creator, some of the other creators are like, okay, well, delays don't really hurt if you're the only one that's streaming. For me, that makes a difference though, right? I don't stream solely for views. I stream because I want to engage with y'all. If I wanted just views, I would just do shorts and video content, right? I do streaming so that I can live engage with y'all. You put something in the chat, I answer you, or we'd laugh or do whatever. It's like one-on-one time, right? If I'm doing it 10 minutes late, that is no longer one-on-one time. That is like sending a carrier pigeon to send me a message that then I respond, and then you're hearing, you know, through the Polar Express 10 years later. Like, that's not live streaming to me. I can get their understanding of it, right? On, you know, KVKs and all of these things, right? But the thing comes in is this, right? The PvP KVK aspect of it, I can understand, right? Okay, cool. You need a 10-minute delay. When the requirement for all streams having a 10-minute delay, that is no longer a streaming issue. That is making a point to make a point, if that makes sense, right? Because there is no reason why streaming if I wanted to hang out on a Tuesday with y'all and just have a shitty stream, I would have to have a 10-minute delay on it, right? So for me, right, for me as a creator, it no longer makes making content viable inside of 42. So to answer your question, I will not be streaming any of the 42 KVKs moving forward. None of them. None of them. I have no bad blood to anybody, but I know myself, I'll forget to put on the delay. I hate delays. I won't ever set them up. And I know myself, I'll forget it. So the alternative that I put, and I also put this in our Discord, is moving forward, I will, any PvP content that I do will be covering any other kingdom that I have an account for that has a good fight that day. And those will be the PvPs that we do, right? It fucking sucks. I will say that, right? But that's the alternative I have right now, right? I can't be in this kingdom in 42, play on a mini account that isn't in an alliance and be okay with it, because then I feel like I'm sitting in an alliance that's fighting and I'm watching them die. Does that make sense? I can't do that, because then I'm going to get, it's worse at that point. So at this point, it's like, it is what it is, right? That was part of it. I agreed to it. But at the same token, like as a content creator, I'm not going to put my stuff on a 10-minute delay. So what does that mean? That just means I'll never do a live stream inside of 42 as long as I'm there. What that does mean is I'll have opportunities for streaming in 24, 9, and any other kingdom that I have an account for. And then I'll figure out what we're going to do in the future, if I'm going to do anything in the future. So any of these I will stream as of right now. I was spending time with the wife, or else I would have streamed the MEE last night for 64. But yeah, if you're going to want anything from the 4240 or any of those, I implore you to go check out any of the 42 streamers, because I guarantee they'll be streaming it with no delay. And go have some fun, man. Maybe I'll go hang out with you. I also feel like I'm gonna stream some DD stuff, and then I'll just play on my main account in 42 afterwards. It is what it is, fam. I can't do both, and I need to make content too, so. Live, no delay every time. I think live, but I understand why you'd want to delay. I don't want to delay it. I don't want to delay. But it's not my call, right? It's not my call. They gave me the terms. I could have said no, right? But I had a friend that kind of put their neck out for me, and so I would have felt like an absolute trash can if they went that hard for me. If they went that hard for me, and then I was like, nah, I'm good. Because then it would have felt like I'm spitting in their face. Like, I don't need that. I don't want that. 45-minute delay sounds good. At that point, you might as well, right? What's the difference? Mythic, no one would want to watch a live football match with the delay. You hear your neighbors cheering, but you don't know why exactly. Why is this burrito tweaking? Yeah, well, I explained it there, my friend. Engagement is the whole point of streaming. Otherwise, just make a video. Exactly. You were a good advertisement for 42. So sad you won't stream that anymore, but fully understand. It is what it is. I prioritize live streaming for my community. I don't prioritize it for making content for 42. Right. I make it because that's my time for me to make content and actively engage with y'all. That's the sole reason, man. It's the sole reason. Gaming sector, majority of live gaming content, the CC uses overlap frames to hide some information. Maybe this is the alternative to resolve the issue. So, ready? Yeah, I'm gonna show you real quick. Actually, can I show you? I don't think I can show you on this account. ironically, in order for me to show you, I would have to show you on my main account. Okay, so I'll just explain it in the easiest way. Actually, can I go back real quick? Give me a second. Let me see. Do they have markers? They don't. Okay. Okay. So this one doesn't show it. Okay. The easiest way that I can explain it to y'all is this. If you zoom all the way out on your map, right? There is a marker right here. When you're in your thing and you have markers, it says hide alliance markers, right? When you click that and deselect it, it hides the markers. Okay. The moment, here it is, ready? The moment you click in and go in, the markers instantly reveal themselves again. So if I scroll out right here and there was a hidden marker before, the marker will show on the map now. There is nothing I can do about that. There is nothing. I can't run a frame. I can't do live blurring, or I can't do any of that, right? Can I hide chat? Yes. And that's why my picture and all my shit got moved. My whole setup got changed for that. But showing markers is not a thing in game. You can do it if I am looking at a bird's eye view all the way out here. I can hide marker, right? And it will hide them. The second I go back into my march to go fight and I zoom in, it re-shows all the markers. There's nothing I can do about that. That is an in-game problem that I cannot fix. I've deliberately crippled my fighting ability by playing this close to avoid showing markers. You know what I mean? There's nothing more I can realistically do. And for them, they're saying play on a delay, but then it kills a live stream. I don't need to play on a delay then. I just don't play. Or don't stream it. I got a spare account and 35 you can use. Well, shoot me. Hit me in the DMs, Mythic. I'm down. That'll probably be what I'm going to end up having to do, is figuring out just a subtle borrow on that instance. And then we'll just stream other kingdoms. That's the best I can do, right? I still want to make content. I still want to live stream, and I want to enjoy the aoem community, but I'm not going to enjoy y'all at a 10-minute delay. It's just not. That's an ultimatum, and that felt more like a flex than it did like betterment of a kingdom. That makes sense, right? For PvP, okay, cool, that's fine, right? For non-PvP, nah. I'm just sitting. If I want to sit in kingdom and do a random anniversary event, I have to have it on a 10-minute delay. You know what I mean? That's, nah, I'm good. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, if y'all have other things, let me know. And we'll go from there. Probably what I'll be doing is I'll planning to stream other DDs. They won't be for like 6-7 hours. It'll probably be for like 2.5 maybe. And then I'll get offline and then I'll play on my main account offline. And then just do that moving forward. It's the best I can do, to be honest, with the situation. I'm not going to stream on a 10-minute. So y'all's feeling is the same feeling I have. And it's unfortunate, right? There's no bad blood. I don't hate or dislike anybody. It just kind of forces my hand, which is, it is what it is. It's not their issue. All right, let's see. But yeah, message me in Discord and we'll figure it out. I need to see who I think Nines is actually going to be pretty decent too. Let me see real quick. I think Nines, hold on. Oh, hell. 1 second. Always hate this, bro. Well, do it like the NFL. Use markers, but numbers. That, bro. This is the comment of the day right here. Gaming. Brother, I can't tell you. I've already said that 20 times. I've said it 20 times, right? But here's the deal with that, right? That is me offering suggestions for alternatives. But if they don't want to do it, that is not their fault, right? I can make the suggestions, but if they're like, we don't want to do that, I can't force anything, right? I don't have a leg to stand on. And that's the overall issue, right? I can give them the greatest suggestion for markers and just, I've already told them, just put number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, whatever, as an example. And in voice chat, just say everybody to number 1, Legionnaires number 2, whatever, Cav to number 3, right? And nobody is going to be the wiser because they can't hear, we can't hear them. I literally blocked that out. But I can't force anybody to do that. And that's okay, right? It's not, like I said, I don't have a leg to stand on in here and I don't have any leverage. And so me making the suggestions is just a suggestion. But if they don't want to do it, then it doesn't, there's no bending. So it's black or white in that situation. I don't have a leg to stand on. That's okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, your suggestion of using numbers, or we used to use like call signs in Rock where it was like gorilla or whatever, a lion, tiger, whatever. And we do the same thing. We do the same thing. And that's how we got around creators having to use delays. Because I will tell you this, in Rock, they ran into the same issue where they would be on a delay. And Jesus Christ, I need to go back. How do I go back? Hold on, let me get... Oh, it's because I'm in 9 right now, bro. That's why. The fuck do I go back? Am I in the Matrix right now? Hold on, chat. I must be bugging out, chat. How? Bro, I have to be bugging out right now, right? There's usually the back arrow. Now I think about it, I think it is bugged because this is normally in the center of the screen and this is off to the right. Bro, whack. All right, give me a second, chat. I gotta close this out and open it again. I'll hit you up on Discord. I appreciate you, Mythic. You won't need it for DD 89, 11, 35, 170 for that DD. Bad server 206. Let me see. Just wait for migration and maybe can sort something out. I'll figure something out. Like that, it's one of those things. Like, it's not a knock, right? I love 42. I love the players. I love all that. But I'm also a CC, right? I got to make content. And I enjoy and thrive on live content. That's what I enjoy the most, right? Some people enjoy videos. Others enjoy live streams. I enjoy live streams. I enjoy messing with y'all. I enjoy rocking with y'all. Gaming sector, I appreciate the sub, my friend. Welcome to the Burrito Gang. And I enjoy engaging with y'all, right? That's what I love the most. If you look on some of my old rock stuff, I think I had like 800 plus live streams. Is wild compared to video content, which is probably why the channel hasn't grown as big as it is. But the amount of community that we've grown and stuff that we've done live is insane. All right, let me see. This should have fixed it. Now the zoom thing should be in the middle of the map. There it is. See, before it was over here. It was all wonky. Wonky. All right, let me see. Did they capture it finally? Nah, they're at 44. Dude, no way they're gonna bait him to get it again, right? No way. That would be so funny if 9 just gave it away again. Oh, Lord. Yeah, they're racking up the score. They might. They might. They're racking up scores. We ain't hating. We ain't hating. So we'll figure it out, fam. We'll figure it out. I did give this kind of explanation in the Discord, so if you have other people that ask about it, it's already in the Discord, kind of just explaining what's going on, what the request was. I didn't put anybody's name in it. I didn't like blast DMs and like combo. It wasn't like that, but I try to keep y'all as up to date on my like what's happening with me in the community as best as I can without me blasting people's names. Because I'll be honest with y'all, fam, after the whole anniversary stuff, I was a little ashamed of the aoem community. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all made me a little mad. Made me a little mad. I'm not blaming everybody, right? But the amount of personal attacks on CCs was insane. And I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about in CCs and outside of me, right? Don't even worry about me. The amount of racial and just nasty attacks on CCs and comment sections and just Discord, bro, it made me sick. It made me sick. It was pretty triggering, I'll be honest with you. aoem Discord chat is dead after anniversary. It's pretty bad, man. Now the comments got, dude, when they release. So we'll talk about this because I don't know if any other CCs are going to talk about it, and maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't really know. The anniversary video, right? A lot of people think that the CCs did that like a couple of days before the anniversary and it was tossed together or after the anniversary launched. Fam, they asked us for that a long time ago, right? Almost a month ago, to submit all the stuff, do all that stuff. This was prior to any anniversary announcements or hearing anything about anniversaries, right? And the amount of like racial shit that was said in the comments. Thank goodness they went and cleaned some of the comments up. But for non-English speaking, like non-white CCs, bro, it was pretty bad, right? And it makes me feel bad because the CCs were doing it because they appreciate their community and the aoem community, and then for the community to just absolutely just light them on fire, just it triggered me. I've never seen such lack of support ever in a game, and that's pretty wild considering the games I've played before. The crazy part is, you ready? Here's the crazy part. Not all of them, but some of them were, they were random out of the black, out of the darkness, out of the void that just came out and said. Some of the names I know I've seen in CC's live chats before. And that is the reason I got upset. It wasn't like a random troll account. It was like accounts that I've seen in CC's live streams. But that's to clear that all up, right? The video content was recorded almost well over a month before the anniversary was released. So all statements that were said were meant in good faith towards the community and towards what we hoped would be a happy anniversary. That is also, I will tell you this, the devs also used it in the nuclear option, which I know a lot of people, I chatted on Discord about this. Coming from a marketing background, there's different ways that you learn on how to diffuse situations, right? One of them is to deflect, right? You deflect it on, you pass the blame on to somebody else. Another one is you use good media to block out bad media. So if you get a media piece that's like, this doctor cheated on his wife and blah, and it's just blowing up in the media, then you come back and you flood the same media with, this doctor won the Nobel Peace Prize, he's cured cancer, you know, blah. You flood it with a sheer amount of good stuff just to bury the bad shit. Okay, that is what happened in this case. The anniversary, nothing that they'd done Nothing that they did in the anniversary event was not planned. Okay. Not once have they done a every other day graphic on a leaderboard, right? But they so happened to release a graphic on a leaderboard the day after there was a lot of uproar about spending across the community, right? It was also then after all of our videos came out and live streams about us just burning the anniversary event to the ground. They just so happened to release the anniversary video where all those creators that were bashing the shit out of it were all giving praise to it, right? It was not like, I will tell you this, more often than not with videos like that, they release it at the beginning of the anniversary to kind of kick off the anniversary. Because that's how you want it. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you have some fun and you enjoy the community and do that kind of deal. They use it as the nuclear option in this situation. And that is why I got, you know, because it was unnecessary flack that all the CCs caught because of when they launched the video. So it is what it is. I'll leave it at that. Let me see. People talking about a video without knowing a full picture. It's hilarious. But it wasn't just that, Sneaky. It was like racial slurs against like some of the Arabic creators and like Spanish speaking creators, like physical shit like being said in the comments. That kind of stuff. It wasn't like, oh, y'all are trash. It was like racial slurs in the comments. Even Catzilla went on the comments and was like, y'all are disgusting. Like, he had to put in a comment about that. And it was just, I don't know. It got really gross. It made me feel icky. For DD, can we have a multi-alliance rally? Is that a good idea? Citrix, so it just depends on what you're doing, buddy. You got to be touching, right, to rally. It's like, think of it like Home Kingdom when you're fighting. If you want to rally it, if you want to rally, you need to be touching. I also know that there was a bug in DD, and I have not heard that it got fixed. So there's that. There was a massive bug in DD recently where opponents could teleport on top of your own flags. And I have not heard to the contrary that it has been resolved. So could be a fun one. I'll say that. We expected it to be released on anniversary day or like a live stream. Exactly. And that's the way those videos should be. Like every anniversary, it's like the launch of the anniversary. The hour before, boom, we launch a video. You know, at the end, you're like, see you in an hour for launch or blah, blah, blah. And then you use it as a kickoff video. You don't use it 4 days after people have been flaming the community. They do a Uno reverse. Well, they did the Uno reverse times 24. That's basically what they did. None got lucky with MEE match. I don't like 57 is good. Like they're at least a nice stocky kingdom, which is great. Dude, there's no way, bro. They're gonna stretch this out again, dude. Oh no. Dude, 9. Don't do it, 9. Don't do it. Don't do it, 9. Don't you do it. All right? Don't you do it. You got 6 minutes. Don't you do it. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully there's some good DD matchups, and we'll be able to stream some DD matchups for y'all. Either way, I'm excited. I was excited to stream the 40, 42, 21, but it is what it is. Go check out. I'm sure Sig, I'm sure Alakurd, I'm sure there'll be some streamers that are going to stream it. Mind games. It's a mind meld. How you doing, Sky? Good to see you, buddy. Dude, I thought they hopped out and I was like, bro, no way we're extending this another hour, right? All right, fam. I think we're gonna call it there. Do me a huge favor, fam. If y'all enjoyed the stream, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you can do me a huge favor, I'm gonna put a couple of links in here. I'm gonna put our Discord link in the chat, and then I'm also gonna put our sponsored eneba link in the chat. If you want and you can support the channel, support me using that sponsored eneba link. Anything you purchase, it's gonna let them know that you're part of the Burrito Gang, you're part of our community, and enjoy that cash back. And don't forget, it's not just for aoem. Even though I know I'm promoting it for aoem, you can use it for anything in that shop, for console games, DLCs, Microsoft subscriptions, like everything on Xbox Live subscriptions, everything. And so if you're building that new PC, like I know there's so many of my members that are building PCs now. You can use cashback for the Microsoft licenses, all that kind of Xbox Live subscriptions, gold, DLCs for Borderlands. You can use it for everything. And then also, if you are also playing and following with us on Destiny Rising, I am excited to say that a couple of days ago, they added in Destiny Rising into the eneba shop. So if you want to use that link as well, you can use it for that. We also have a Destiny Rising YouTube or Destiny Rising eneba link in our Discord as well. So I want to thank you all again for all the love y'all been showing the channel. It truly means the world to me. And I appreciate all of y'all that stopped in the stream today. I hope y'all have a great start to your week. Keep your eyes out. I'll let you know in our Discord which DD we are, DDs, whichever one we plan on streaming and when and what days and that kind of stuff. And I'll try to get in some extra streams for y'all this week with some DD fighting, hopefully. But yeah, man, my face is blowing out because the TV's right here. I have sports on. Sports! And man, I'm looking whiter than white. But yeah, hopefully y'all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, and Burrito Gang. We'll see y'all soon. Hit me up on Discord. We'll see y'all soon. All right, Bob out. Bye.